going up in January. We've taken this route on number 1, which is called Happy Valley Trail. And we have a lot of parking area here. And then, this is a nice trail just to take a nice afternoon. Yeah, this is great. It's a good way to see the scenery on a day like today. Well, if nothing else, be able to watch some of the that's what I call mountain biking. Also, well, you can't say spring slush. How about a winter slush for January? We head out into one of these little feeder coves into the main cove. There's the little finger cove that we just walked through, and this point is fairly flat. So we're going to go check out the next finger cove and see if we can run into deer. Well, we don't want to run into them, but let's try to spot them. Here it is. There you go. Here's something a little bit strange. This is a fern growing inside a bottle. Fern is growing actually inside the bottle. Well, good luck, fern. There's this little creek we've been following down. Try to get down to the cove from the trail, and there it is. Looks beautiful. I feel so prehistoric around here. Here's the cove from one of these little finger points. We're just on one just like that one, I guess. And we're way back. We're pretty well receded. Look how close this is across the way. I mean, it's not far at all. And it's a lot of fun if you can get the time to come on back here and do some kayaking back in this area. Well receded from the parking area. It's a lot of work though, but it's a beautiful area if you have the time. No horses have been in a while, and this will eventually reach the Appalachian Trail. This is the Appalachian Trail. Tinker Mountain. It's just a great day out here as we look over at Carvins Cove from the ridgeline. Appalachian Trail took us up here, and we can get the nice view. There goes a bird, like a buzzard. There's the Carvins Cove, which will be out there too. We have a tour headed out to Carvins Cove here. So on top of that, as we walk along here, there's I've been noticing the blueberry bushes, and how about that? We've got some blueberries right here. How about that? Anybody want a few blueberries? It's going to be probably a month or two, especially with all the stuff that I got to do. Too much stuff to do in life. Yeah. Like teach kids.
Yeah, those darn kids.
Yeah, why do they make so many of them? There's McAfee Knob. See, we could be still on our way to there. We wouldn't even be there yet. No, we'd be getting there just so soon. That's a long hike. So what do you think of Carvins Cove?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Are you going to come back?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can go down to the boat dock, and you can go kayaking down there. This whole area is huge. If if you want to go boating or even kayaking, you can launch the kayak from the park.
And we was like straight across from the deck of the shack, and it blew us down this way. I like it never got us back up there.
Was it in a rowboat or a
Yeah.
motorboat? Oh, that's even worse.
I know, 'cause it just kept blowing and blowing and blowing.
Great, that's a great shot. Just hanging out by the cove. And here we are, kayaking. Right next to them. We can be here all day watching them if you want. There's McAfee's Knob in the distance. That's where we took our pictures of Carvins Cove just the other day as the tour moved on. And we had somebody that wanted to do some kayaking, and we were able to get it done for her. About 85 degrees. Well, that's supposedly the air temperature, but it feels beautiful out here and on the water. Come on out to Carvins Cove. Today, we'll be leaving this parking area and using some of these trails in here to come up on over. This is the Idaho, and it's a nice day. Here. Almost the end of September. Upper 80s today, but we won't be seeing much weather like this anymore. We headed up that way, right up through there. That's our hiking path coming up, and we're getting a good vantage of McAfee Knob in the distance. Heading up Brushy Mountain. Well, there's a trail coming up. We got another good view of McAfee through the trees. Through the trees. And some more Appalachians. Been able to get up to so far on this hike today. It's beautiful Appalachians. Gonna stay out here all day, and I guess we will. McAfee Knob. Looking down below and up above, that's Tinker Cliffs from this distance. We made it to the top of Brushy. There's the trail going down. Here's your southbound. And that's the other side of the ridge, or Brushy Mountain. And we're going to head up that way, see if we can get a sight of the Carvins Cove. Yep. Plenty of jumps, loops, and everything else you want to do if you want to get out here and do some mountain biking. And we're still in very thick forest. You hear some acorns hitting the ground. We're going down again. There's something way in the distance that way, but today. And this is the horse pen trail. that leads out to the reservoir. It's about a mile. And this is an area in here we can get a nice shot of the cove and the mountains that are behind it here. Here we go. It's pretty cool. Yeah. This looks like the very southwestern edge. Carvins Cove. This little creek here, dry now, spreads out into the cove. This is the base of the cove. I mean, it doesn't go any further. Old tree stumps. That's it. It's one of the southern trails to reach this backside part of this cove. There it is, Carvins Cove. As you can see, the cove begins right about here, and it'll curve all the way around the side of this brushy mountain is up this way, and our trail is moving along that way, and we'll be checking out various sections up along this part of the Carvins Cove. But it's an excellent day, beginning of October. Can't ask for a better day. As it occurs, we'll be making some more runs up further up the cove here, up the valley. There's somebody far out there somewhere doing something. Off limits dam area, and the scene here is just spectacular. Here we are on the back side, the far side from where the parking lot is, and it's just gorgeous out here today. If the wind doesn't get too bad and we don't get heavy rains or a bad freeze early or something, it's going to be beautiful out here. In just a few days. Still some pockets, but nothing what it might have been if we had a few days of sunshine. There's the little island out in the middle. Very short window to observe any of these leaves turning. And it was raining, cold. Well, that didn't matter. But the cloudy and drizzly conditions and fog did not allow us to get out here for a while. Now this is the reflection we saw. We were going to come back and get some better pictures of it, but it looks like we missed our opportunity to get the good colors. Weather-wise, things have not turned out well this fall. Things changed. The leaves changed so rapidly. And during the time when it was cloudy, drizzly, and rainy for days, and we just couldn't get out here to get anything that was going to be near peak. Beautiful day here, Carvins Cove, Roanoke, Virginia. Use the bike trail that goes right along the road, and then come up to the northeast side of the cove, and this is where the large delta, this is the flat area. This is the delta, the flat area that you'll be seeing in the See what we can find on this side of the cove as we head that way. Yeah, bike lane that way. Nice little stream over that way. It's a nice little day out near the cove. Well, here we are at the upper end of the lake. This is what I call the upper end. It's the northeast corner where the reservoir or lake starts. Builds up from the creek, but it looks like it's kind of low here. Sediment must have built up. We're going to investigate this a little further here in a second. Appalachian Trail goes up along there. mucky. A little muck. Mud. It's really mucky, but you can keep on going. Keep on going. There's the reservoir, the Carvins Cove, and this is where we started out a little journey across this huge delta from over that way. I mean, some of these blueprints look real deep in the mud. And here we also have some nice clamshells that we've been collecting while we've been out here. They're pretty big. They're good collector's items. There's a nearby dying tree in this huge delta. I mean, that's still the way to the other side that we're headed. Let's see if we can cross to get over to to this point I would like to get to. That's up towards Tinker Cliffs, up that way. Here we are down at Carvins Cove, and daylight's running out, and we could head over that way and get some good pictures, but the terrain is rough and steep towards the lake, towards the cove, so we're going to have to come back another day. Horse pen trail that leads out to the reservoir. It's about a mile, and this is an area in here we can have time to move up through in here, or some places that we can move out and take a look at the far side. Not a bad day. Headed out to the cove again for final laps. It's a nice little creek there on the way down. Yep, late February, but feels like spring out here today. Yep, this was all floodplain delta the last time we were here. There's the trail. There you go. There's a little horseshoe inside this mountain here. It goes right up that ramp there as we head out of this piece. I'm finally getting close to the reservoir, and we'll get out on this point and see what we can. There's a little lagoon that heads out to the main cove out that way. Interesting. Well, we've been making our way around this little piece of cove here, this little inlet, this little lagoon here. I'm going to try to head out towards that beach, that point out that way. But we're going to have to navigate this here and get through around this bend in here. Let's give it a try. Well, there's still some daylight. The dam is out that way. But it seems like this little island area right here, well, I don't know, it's another point, but it's been washed out by the increasing stage, the increasing height of the reservoir. Looks like on dry times, you'll be able to walk right out on there. It's cut off. This is a wide open expanse. Making out the to get this video out ramp. But by the time
I'll check. I'll like it.
put it all together, by the time I put it all together,